Mr. Forgotten Prophet. In the beginning of this series, Bad Moon told you that he was going to let you dictate the flow of this series. Everything that I said to you was due to everything that you have said in this series. Allow me to do a recap of everything that has happened, starting with your challenge to me. After that, Mr. Forgotten Prophet Bad Moon broke down your true intentions for this challenge. But you decided to hit me with this. Let's see. So far you have went from trying to make an example out of Bad Moon to prep you for your match against my unholy brethren, Mr. Omni, to wanting to face the best, to laughing diabolically, to trying to kiss my ass, talking all this flattery shit to Bad Moon. But in the process, Mr. Prophet, you tried to downgrade how Mr. Omni became the North American champion. In that same promo, you did that. Oh, man. Let's move on to the next. You said that no one was going to challenge me. Mr. Prophet, did you think maybe Bad Moon wasn't looking for a challenge? But, again, you had a motive in wanting to challenge me. It wasn't because you wanted to face the best, Mr. Blood. There's an entire roster that you could have challenged. You could have challenged Mr. Scotty Mac. You could have challenged Mr. Showtime. You could have challenged Mr. Don Hurt. You could have challenged Mr. BMB. So many big names in this federation that you could have challenged. Hell, you could have challenged your former / current tag team partner, Mr. Sinless. But due to your motive, Mr. Blood, you decided that you wanted to try to make an example out of me. You wanted to use Bad Moon as a tune-up match to face Mr. Omni. You told Bad Moon that he can bring his unholy family to ringside with him against you. I have never needed my unholy family to accompany me to the ring for any of my matches, just like they never needed me to accompany them to the ring for any of their matches. Yes, we are a stable, but we do not need assistance at ringside, especially for a match against someone like you. But you also said, Mr. Prophet, that you wasn't going to be alone. Like you already had backup. So Bad Moon threw out, let's make this a 6-man tag. Do you know why I did that, Mr. Prophet? It wasn't because I wanted this match to be a 6-man tag. The reason why I threw that idea out there was to call your bluff. I knew that you did not have what you said you had, Mr. Prophet. I called your bluff to see you scramble around trying to get people to want to tag with you. Now, back to where you wanted to face the best. If you really wanted to face me, Mr. Prophet, you would have kept this match as a 1-on-1. I love how you tried to feed me the bullshit of why you picked Mr. Sinless. Let's keep it real here. Mr. Sinless was not your first choice, nor was he the first person that you asked. You mentioned that he's not one of these good old boys, but the first person you asked, Mr. Prophet, which category would he fall under? One of those guys who are already self-made, established, a winner everywhere. You thought that you had that much pull and credibility to have him in a match that doesn't benefit him. And you're lucky. If it wasn't for Bad Moon, you would have never had your third member of your tag team. It was I that got Mr. Primetime in this match. It was me that got him to team up with you because you, Mr. Prophet, had no one but Mr. Sinless. You tried to get mad at Bad Moon because he pointed out how you reverted back to your old ways. You have, not only by teaming up with Mr. Sinless, but jumping the gun when trying to do anything without thinking it through. That's one of those old ways, Mr. Prophet. Another one is putting yourself in a situation that you have zero control over. Another one, Mr. Prophet, is that same simple-minded thinking that you and Mr. Sinless share. The fact that you try to run with the Mr. Sinless doesn't get opportunities. This Negro has had more opportunities in the past 2 months than anyone has had this year. I mean, all of that was clear when Mr. Omni posted those screenshots moments after both of you idiots tried to run that lazy ass excuse. There's a reason why you two keep coming back together. You both share the same brain. Your thought process is the same. It's like the blind leading the blind. You two are truly brothers because only you two understands what the fuck you say and do. Only the two of you can say shit and it makes sense to you. I've never, ever seen so much unorganized shit between two people ever.